This is called the cleverest man in the world. Some of my students say that's sexist because it should be called the cleverest lady in the world. Well, it's not my fault that men were the only ones that are allowed to, do science for years and years and years. It's only been the last, 20 or 30 years that it's been fair. So, but there were lots of women that made it into the science world. Whoop, here. But this, mostly the ancient ones were men. Anyway, we have many ancient Greek books. Ancient is how to say ancient. Ooh, with an N there. In 610 BC, the cleverest man in the world was Anaximander. Anaximander. He was the cleverest guy we know of because, he got stuff written down and we found his books. We've still got records, mostly thanks to Muslim people writing them down and other people keeping his books. 610 years before Christ was born, Anaximander said that there was space between the planet Earth and the moon. Now, wow, how did he know that? Well, he didn't. He was just guessing. But, his hypothesis helped future science, maybe. Well, anyway, now we know he's a clever chap. Anaximander was unsure if you could breathe in space. You can't. Space is totally empty. We breathe to get oxygen. Space. We breathe to get oxygen. Oxygen. Oxygen is the gas in air that you need to keep alive. And that's why you've got the instincts to breathe. Space doesn't have oxygen atoms. Space doesn't have hardly any atoms. We've tiny amount of 1 atom per meter cubed, which is like 1 atom underneath your desk at school. That's not enough to keep you alive. Space doesn't have any atoms. Space is totally empty. Okay, it's got 1. It's almost totally empty. We call it a vacuum. Space. Vacuum. It's just like vacuum cleaner. Vacuum. W. It's a weird word. W. Not many W words. Vacuum cleaners make a partial vacuum. Partial vacuum that sucks in the dust and dirt. Partial. Yeah, it's partly a vacuum. It's not a full vacuum. You couldn't make a full vacuum with a vacuum cleaner. Anaximander. Man. Could have been a lady, Anaximander. No, I think he was a guy. Also wrote that humans come from animals developing slowly over a long time. Wow! He had science 610 BC that we didn't know for sure until just 200 years ago. Today, we call this evolution. Anaximander invented evolution 2,000 years before Darwin invented it. Wow! Evolution. In 580 BC, the cleverest man in the world was Pythagoras. Wow, maybe he just stole all his stuff from other clever people and didn't tell everybody that it was them he stole this information off of. Because he went to Egypt and then came back and said, oh, I know how to make triangles now. He might have stolen it from the Egyptians. Pythagoras. Oh, is an O. Pythagoras noticed that music from a string twice as long makes nice sounding harmonics. He did musics. Harmonies. We now know that maths is in all music. That's going to really upset some people. But you don't have to know the maths in order to play music. Pythagoras worked this out 580 years before Christ. BC. Some people say BCE, before Common Era. I'm old-fashioned. I like before Christ. It's easier. Pythagoras also wrote that the Earth was a ball shaped, called a sphere. Sphere. So, maybe some of this stuff he figured out himself. It didn't just necessarily steal all of it. Pythagoras also worked out that the angles on a triangle add up to 2 right angles, 180 degrees. We use degrees now. He didn't actually have degrees, but that's our measurement for angles. Next one. Pythagoras is now famous for the way to get a length of a right angled triangle if you know the other 2. Pythagoras. Maths! A squared equals B. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Yeah. This had been used in Egypt for 2,000 years to build pyramids. And then this Pythagoras guy goes, hey, I've just invented this equation. We don't know. The Egyptians never wrote anything down, so can't say, Mr. Pythagoras, you're a liar and a cheat and you nicked your stuff. But I just think it's more interesting if he was. Pythagoras went to Egypt. Why? Then claimed to have invented the formula. This is the formula. Something with A's and B's and an equals in it. In 460 BC, the cleverest man alive was Hippocrates. Hippocrates. I don't think it needs that hyphen there. I think I'll get rid of that hyphen. Tease. Before Hippocrates, people thought that praying cured illness. They thought gods made you ill. Which is okay, everyone's open to their opinion, just long as, they don't make people worse. Hippocrates said that sleeping, washing, eating fresh food, drinking clean water and medicines cured illnesses. This is what doctors say nowadays. It's a C, isn't it? Hippocrates, Hippo means horse. Because hippos in the water are horses of the water. Anyway, Hippocrates said walking is man's best medicine. He was 2,000 years ahead of other doctors in saying this thing. Doctors today still take the Hippocratic oath to never cause harm. Yeah, hopefully they don't. You don't want to go to a doctor and then he makes you worse. That's the oath they take to say they won't make you worse. Between the earth and the moon is empty space called a vacuum. W. Strange word having a W. Humans evolved over millions of years from animals. Evolved. Yeah, lots of people go, oh, monkeys and apes and things. But yeah, fish. 100 million years ago, fish. And then little ratty things. And then monkeys and apes. Yeah. Musical strings and tubes are in harmony when they are twice as long. Strings. Harmonies. Triangle angles add up to 180 degree. Right angles are 90 degrees. They're the right angles for the corners of squares. A squared plus B squared equals C squared works out the length of a right angle triangle's longest sides. When you know 2 sides, you can work out the other. Sleep, exercise, washing, drinking good water. Washing, drinking good water, and eating fresh fruit and vegetables keeps you well. Good! And that's the science of the oldest science on Earth. My name's Gary Stevens. I'm a teacher in the international schools in Hong Kong. I also tutor in the evenings and at the weekend. Very expensive, but if you want me to help you with your maths and science, this is how to get hold of me. My phone number is 980 68342. Get your mum to give me a ring. Bye.